Hi everyone, it's Liz from Crafting with Nani. I'm just jumping on a couple minutes early just so that way I can get myself set up and see who wants to jump on. And we're gonna start a new journal today. Oh my goodness, it came up real fast today. I am a couple minutes early, so I know I said I would come on at 2. Sometimes it takes longer to get this stuff going, and some days it just works right away. Today was one of those days it decided to work. So I do want to show off a little present I got. It's so cute. It was from Cindy La Brea. And hi Linda Fletcher, how are you today? Can't believe it's already Friday. It feels like I haven't even started Monday yet. Hi Debbie. I am just glad that I only feel now like I just got a little head cold, so everything else seems to be back to normal-ish. I even had a little bit of energy today to where I could power wash my deck, which it needed it really bad. Thank you for kicking out my cow patties, Linda. Thank you so much. But we ended up taking my husband to the doctor yesterday, and he's turning 83 on Sunday, so he doesn't have, he's just old. So it looks like his temperature is finally gonna break, and stay. It was getting up there, but now it's like it's floating around 99, 100, so the doctor's not too worried about it. So thank you, Barb and Ruth, for coming in. And I miss anybody else? Let's see. I said hi to Debbie and Linda. Everybody for kicking out my cow patties. I'm looking over here. The cows are all right behind you. There's a whole set of mamas laying there with their babies right now taking naps. And I don't know if you've ever been like around a ranch, kind of deal, or a cattle ranch. And but it amazes me on nature. It's like they'll put one mama cow in charge, and then they'll lay down all the babies. There'll be like 20 babies, and the one cow will get all 20 of those babies to lay down in a nap, like in a circle. And then the other cows can run around and do whatever, and they got one mama cow standing there watching all the babies. So it just amazes me. So I got some Happy Mail, and I thought I would show it to you. So this came, I did open it because it had our names and addresses all over it. So it's from, I know she goes by Cindy, but it's Cynthia La Brea is who made this journal for me. So I thought I'd show it real quick. And it's so cute. So let me turn the camera down a little bit. Hi Lisa. Hey Lisa, you should put your post in today because we're doing a journal with Lisa's papers again. So I'm going to show them off in just a minute. So yeah, the Vintage Roots Digital Designs is doing it again because we're going to use so I'm just going to turn it around so hopefully you guys can see it. Hi Beth, thank you for coming in. So it looks like she made this from either maybe a pillowcase or some kind of linen. It's a very soft white linen. It looks like she's put some really cute pearls on it and flowers, and I was not expecting this at all, so I was just shocked when I opened it up, and I asked her if it would be okay if I showed it on my page. Hi Stephanie, hi Cheryl. So I'm not, like I said, it looks like it was hand done by, I don't know if Cynthia did it or if she bought it that way, or she collected it or what. This little bulb pin and these pearls came from the wrapping, and I just stuck it on there. But it is so adorable. Um, it is kind of stuck in little spots, and you know, it was in the mail and it was hot, and so I'm sure a little bit of it, you know, got stuck here and there. I don't want to rip the page, but there is a little bit of gluage that's stuck right here, so it's kind of cute down in there. I'll show it to you, but I don't want to rip it right at the moment. So it looks like she is oh, let's see what her title page is. I have my glasses on. Oh, it just says title bar. So she's got some cute ribbon there, and she just did a really nice job by putting these little buttons in. Like I said, this came from Cindy. I call her Cindy. And then she's got like a cute little belly band. Look at the little stamps that she's put in, and all these cute ephemera pieces that she's put in there for me. It looks like she's got some coffee dyed vellum. And look at that cute little picture of a little girl, and look at the button. So, thank you, Stephanie. Hi, Connie. But she did such a nice job, and look, I just love all of the little bling, and look at all this old lace that she's put in here, and all of the cute pearls, and just such cute stuff. I mean, I'll cherish this forever. And she made some of the pockets with all these cute things, and I wonder if this is a picture of her. It's a wedding picture, so I don't know if it's Cindy's or not. There's nothing on the back that says it's her, or if it's just one that she's found. And look at this one with the Campbell Soup label, and it's got this really cute lace, and it's just the most beautiful junk journal. And oh look, here's even this is a picture of somebody having maybe a Thanksgiving dinner. But and then she got a little palm reading guide, which you never know, I might need my palms read. The House of the Rising Sun. Ooh, that's a neat ticket. That would have been fun in the Hippies journal. And look at this flower, and then this looks like it flips up. And what a great job she did. And looks like a hidden paper clip there. And this flips out. Now, she did tell me that she has a hard time using the crocodile, so she didn't put any holes in the tags, and that she would like me to, you know, put some holes in the tags. And this is, it says back on it. Let's see. Let's see if this is anybody. See, I don't know if this is like her when she was young, or if these are just pictures, because there's no mention of who they are. And but you know, to me it would have been awesome if it was her. And look, it's like some trading stamps that she's put in there, and she's made like a little notebook and tickets. But this is just amazing. What amazing job. See, that this is what, you know, junk journaling is really about, is just putting all this stuff together. She's even got some cute, I wish I had my grandmother's green stamps, because man, we used them. We would go get like toasters. We would get all kinds of stuff with our stamps, because I was born, you know, in the day of getting stamps. And spring garden. So that is really, it's Sperry and Hutchinson. Huh. But yeah, we would even get plates with our gas. This says Lydia on the end of it, on the back, so I don't know who Lydia is. And here's another hidden paper clip that she's made. And she's got all these bejewels in it and stuff. And so like this, she wanted me to take this and And she actually did pretty good putting that metal clamp in there, but this is one of the cowboy ones, and she said that she wanted me to put it in one of my cowboy journals, so we'll definitely do that. And she made a cute little pocket here that goes in. And this is somebody's prescription from Dr. Coley. So that was a long time ago. I don't think we'll be able to get that filled. But look at the this piece of doily work. I'm just telling you, it's beautiful. What a great, look at these wooden buttons. I mean, those are just amazing wooden buttons. And I can't believe that she made this for me. And it's just, I'm honored to be its owner. And let's see what's in here. Oh, look at this. And it says dry goods on the back of it. And on the front, it's like a memory of somebody. And we got a little bag to put it in. And then this is just a little playing card that she stuck in there. I'm going to spend my whole hour going through this. It's from Cindy LaBrea, or Cynthia. She comes on, I know I've seen her on she comes on and watches on mine, and I've seen her on Jimmy Lou's page and other people's pages, and I've never met her. She lives in Illinois. But look at this cow she made. And it's got the flower on the back. But it's just, look at this old, I mean, it's just gorgeous what she's done. And it's simple pages, you know. I mean, every one of these pages are just, it does not look like any of them came from, I mean, other than, like this looks like it came from magazine or something. But all of the pages are just hand done. I don't think did we get to the center yet? Did I miss the center? I'm trying to see how it's sewed in. It's 1, 2, 3. Where is the center? No. I'm trying to see where she's got this tag. So I guess it looks like she has this as the center, and she sewed it in behind it, because these are coming in from behind. And it's very hard to see how it was technically, it's definitely a hidden spine. And then she did her doily up there. And she did me some more cute cowboy cards. And just some beautiful stuff. I mean, it's just gorgeous. So, like I said, I will cherish it. And I just love it. I love it. I love when somebody watches and then makes something, you know, of their own. This is an old car that I think it's kind of stuck in there, so I don't want to take it out. But look at that car. I mean, this is from the 30s or, you know, early 40s, because my parents, I got pictures just like this that I should be adding in. But look at, oh my goodness, look at this trading cards that the ATC card that she made. And it's just got all kinds of stamps on it and a button, and it's from a travel card. And it's just gorgeous. And then she's got some postcards here. So I just hope that I can make something as beautiful as something like this. To me, this is just absolutely precious. She's done some beadwork on the top, and it has like a little high heel right there. And then she's got some beads, these beautiful beads on the bottom. So I'm just going to put the bow back on it, and that applique is just gorgeous on the front with the roses and the pearls. And it's just something that, you know, if I feel sad one day and I don't feel like I'm being loved, I can just go over there and I can reach for this book, and then I can say, oh my gosh, somebody loved me enough to send me a book. and it's just, I didn't ask for it. I know, I don't know if it's, I'll have to ask her if it's some of Lindy's coffee dyed papers or not. I don't know. I know that she has, like I said, she has followed me since I started my page, and she's actually bought a couple of things from me in my sales on Thursdays, and I just, like I said, she's actually sent me before a couple of, or a box of goodies, you know, just of craft stuff. So I wasn't expecting her to send that, and she sent me a box of that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to think if she was the first one to send me the Happy Mail. But I'm gonna start a new journal, and now I'm gonna have to. How can I keep up with that? I don't know. How do you follow something that beautiful? So I've been playing this morning, just gathering stuff. Yeah, it does look like a lot of stuff from Lindy, and I have seen her on Lindy's page, like Taterbuggin's page. So I will ask her if she's used some of Lindy's stuff or not, because I've seen her in there. So I'm just gonna take my project box, and I'm just gonna take out all the stuff from my project box. Well, maybe I don't want to do that. Well, we'll do it. I'm like, maybe I don't want to do it, because we really want to start with the cover. Because this is how I'm going to start from scratch. We're starting a brand new one from scratch. And I've been spending, my printer is a HP printer. It prints nicely, but I'm telling you, it takes a long time to print. So I've been printing. Like I said, all the printables I'm going to be using in this journal are from Lisa Siegel from the Vintage Roots. Nobody else's. All the pages that have a printable on them will be from her. And they are on Facebook. You didn't have to pay for them. They're all free. And she doesn't pay me to tell you. I should be a spokesperson for her. Because and I'm honored that she named the hippie collection after me. So, so all I did was take her papers, and then I printed them with just some colored paper behind them. And then, so all I have are like, I had this paper, I cut it down to be 8.5 by 11, and I put it in my printer, and then I printed her paper on the front. And then I have some of these papers that I bought. I think I bought a package of 50 of them. They're supposed to be like coffee dyed. They are not. They're very slick. Oh, you're welcome for the shout out, because believe me, if it wasn't for you, I don't know how. I just go looking for your stuff and then I go, oh, that's the journal I'm making. So she has this, and I want fall to get here, so I'm doing fall, and I printed this on top of the brown paper. It came out gorgeous. So I was worried that, you know, it would mud up, but it didn't, and it's just gorgeous. Even the colored one, like the blues that are in it. So like I say, every one of these printables are from Lisa's page. And I love it. It was already set up in landscape, so I was like even doubly happy. I didn't have to flip anything. So these are just printed straight. And then I did, now this is not a printable, it's just a piece of cards. It's a little bit thicker than regular paper, not quite as heavy as a cardstock, but it's just one of them I got out of the thing. And so I do have a couple of papers like that, and we're going to add in, and we're just going to, I think we're going to be able to get 2 signatures. Now this was a piece of cardstock. Hi Carol, I didn't even see you jump in. Hi Penny, how are you? Did I miss anybody else? Let me scroll up here, let me make sure. And Cheryl, thank you for coming in. And we have Linda Martin and Linda Fletcher. Thank you so much. And Lori, thank you for coming in. And Cindy, Cheryl, I think we got everybody now. If I missed you, hello. Thank you for kicking out cow patties. This app, we already spent 18 minutes. I haven't even started anything. So here's another paper that I printed out. And then all I did was print it out on some paper that had, you know, this on the back of it. And then I have some vellum here that we're going to use. And then here's another one I printed onto that brown paper. And like I said, it printed absolutely beautiful on those brown papers. I was worried that maybe we wouldn't be able to see, you know, the details, but it worked. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for coming in. I'm just showing the printable right now that we're going to be using. And the printable came from Lisa Siegel from Vintage Roots. And, I mean, even the blue came out perfect on top of this brown paper. And basically, all I was trying to do is to keep from having stark white paper on the back. Hi, Jimmy Lou, how are you? Just showing the printable I'm using. So I do have a little bit of onion paper we're gonna put in. And then I grabbed this paper, and I grabbed this paper, and then I have some of this brown paper that's cardstock I'm gonna use. I'm gonna make a waterfall. Now, on this one, my husband told me to put the paper in the wrong way by accident. So now I printed on top of the front of this, and it printed, I wanted to print this side, but it printed on this side. So I'm not going to throw it away. You can't really see the images of the trees, but it made the colors really pretty. So I'm still going to use it and make pockets with it and tags. So it's not going to make, you know, a page, but it's definitely going to make tags. And then this is the papers that we did. I don't think we did it yesterday. The day before yesterday with the bleach. It's kind of fall. I'm begging for fall. But this is the cow that came out, and it just turned out really cute. Now this is the bleach ones I did. Now this, we bleached the cows on these. It didn't take the paper. It didn't bleach it at all. It did 0 to them. So whatever they dyed this paper with, you cannot undye it. But I'm not going to throw it away. I'll use it. So here's another one of the cows. And that turned out good. And then this was a piece that we played with the green. And we're just going to use those. And so that really worked really nicely with the bleach. It bleached almost all of the color off of this one. There's a little tiny bit of pink left. Hi, Janet. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Beth. But the green, it took a lot. It almost yellowed it a little bit, but it's okay. We're going to use it as papers for the journal and making pockets and tags. And here's a cow on the blue, and it turned out cute. And then this was red cardstock. Now, it did bleach out the overspray and made it a very light color, you know, because it started out this red. And the overspray, yet all of it's going to be great for masterboard, absolutely. And then we had this cute sunflowers that we did. So we'll find, I just put them in this box, and we'll find a place to use them. And then I have some music paper that we're going to add, and some vellum that I want to add. And I'm not quite sure yet which vellum I'm going to put in. So let's move. So this is the 12 by 12 that I printed on the back of. So I just have a couple of extra of these papers that we can use for pockets or tags or whatever. And then I'm going to use these fruits. I was going to put these in bookmakers. We're doing a Fruit of the Spirits journal. I was going to make them into that, but I think it would go good in this one because they're all kind of fall fruits. you know, like the apple trees. So I'm going to make a waterfall using this, and this came from Temu. I'm going to use this cardstock because it just goes good with it. So let's get all of our papers out of the way now, and let's decide on when I'm going to put some mulberry paper in because I just love it. And I have a couple of doilies we're going to add, and a couple of bags from the pharmacy, and just some writing paper that we'll add in. And if we need to, I'm going to add my own dirt paper in. So we're still going to move that over. And then I want to make a couple of shakers maybe. So I have a couple of those pulled. And then I just have some papers that I've purchased from, I don't know where, probably, this is origami paper. And I just pulled it just because of the size to make pockets with. Oh, here's another paper for the printable. Hi, Terry Jo. Thank you for coming in. It's like tracing paper. Ah. And then I got this from Temu probably 2 years ago. And I thought maybe if we needed to add something, you know, cute, maybe I'll put that in. I don't know. So now for my cover. All my cover stuff came from the Messy Craft Corner. So I am going to, I had ordered this during one of Jimmy's sales like she's going to be having today. Yes, I too buy from Jimmy Lou's sales. And I bought this. Now, when I got this, I fully intended on taking this out to my red dirt and dipping it. But I think I'm going to use it for my journal cover without doing that. So this is going to be the cover of the book. And then last week or the week before on Jimmy's sale, I bought this one. There was only one available. I bought it. And I don't want to have it journal like this because it drives me crazy to have you know, the flower in a fold. So let me go ahead and let's put this camera back down so you can see what I'm talking about. So what I'm thinking of doing is, so this will be the cover, and we're going to have to trim it down because it's way too big of a book. I mean, let me get one of our papers here. So this is, you know, our size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off this, and I am going to leave this as a, I really love the feel of a soft cover. Instead of having, I do have chipboard, so if I change my mind, I can glue this on chipboard. But you know, with the spine. But I almost prefer sometimes to have it as a soft cover. Does that make any sense? I mean, to me, sometimes the material just feels better to me to leave it soft. And so what I'm thinking of doing, and I don't know what's going to happen when we do it, and I have little Bessies right here. They're a sewing machine if we need to sew real quick. And but this is too big, and that's wrong. I can't go. I was going to say, can I go this way? Let's see what happens if we go this way, and I can just trim. This might be perfect. Okay, so maybe we leave that. I'm just thinking with you because this is how I would start a journal, and I just wanted you to see how I would start a journal. So did I lose comments? I don't know. If you guys are still there, did I lose you? But, so I'm almost thinking now I will leave this trim, And we'll cut it right here. And then I can attach, I can reattach, you know, by gluing that back on to have that trim back up there. Or I could, let's see if we can make a pocket. Let's see if we can make a pocket. But this is getting kind of thick now. See, with that pocket being in there. That is pretty thick pocket. I'm not sure I'm liking that. I mean, it does fit. But I think I'd rather cut this off. And then just reattach maybe something on the bottom, like even a different kind of lace totally on the bottom. So that, oh good, I'm glad you're still there. I wasn't sure because my, when I turned you guys down, I can't really see whether my camera, you know, my, whatever you want to call that thing, the camera. So this is what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to cut this off right here. Well, first of all, I'm going to cut this. And does this fit? See, now this doesn't fit anymore. But, can't even tell which way's up. No. I do like that flower. I was thinking of doing this flower, but this flower, if I cut it out, is wider. See what I mean? It's wider than what we have space. Because I was going to leave this border. But if we use these flowers on the front, we can cut this and I can glue that on, and that could be our front. And then we could put this one on the back, or we can put this tall one on the back. So that's my plan. Does anybody like that plan? If you like that plan, throw up some hearts. Because I'm going to start cutting here in about half a second. So I think I like it. The only thing I'm worried about at this moment is what I'm going to put on the bottom. Now, like I said, I can cut this off and re-glue it on for a border. So let's see what we want. Okay, I see some hearts going. So we're going to start cutting. We've got a plan. So let's see. Our pages are 8.5 because I didn't do any trimming. So I know that I want... Jimmy Lou, are you still here? No, no. I know that I want at least 9.5. So that would be, so that gives us, these are 8.5. I'm just trying to give us at least, you know, a 1/2 inch on the top and a 1/2 inch on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So if we want to put some lace around. Hi, Mary, how are you? Sounds good to you. Okay. So let's make it 9.5. 8.5. That gives us a 1/2 inch on the top and a 1/2 inch on the bottom. So I'm going to do my cutting at 9.5 inches. All right, we're serious now. So I'm just going to, I wish I had that machine that Jimmy Lou has. And actually I have a rotary cutter and a board down here, but I'm just going to mark us so I kind of stay straight. And we're committed now because I just marked on it, so. So we got to cut it off now. All right. So So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut it off. And do I have my rotary blade handy? No, I don't. So let me get my good scissors so we can try and stay as straight as possible. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? I have to use a different piece of material? You know, that's the worst. If that's the worst that's going to happen, then, you know, life's not that bad. Boy, I love these scissors. But there is a little bit of black there, but we'll get that off. Okay, so we have this as extra, and we could almost make another journal with it. We really could. Look at that. We'll get 2 journals. We can get 2 journals out of this one book. Isn't that neat? So, if I mess up, we got one more to play with. All right. So I think on the bottom, now we have to decide, do we want, I think I almost like this corner on the bottom. Let me move this out of the way. And then let's move that, and let's start taking, and this is the inside of this. This was on the inside. I love the color, so I figured maybe we'll line something with it. Says I'm good and you, that's good. So all I did was cut that off of this tapestry kind of woven stuff. So let's see if we can cut this one out, and we'll cut this tall one out, and we'll see if we like the tall one on there. And I'm going to try and keep some of this green. So I'm going to try and go at least halfway and give me at least a little bit of that green border. And I really should be moving Grandma's tablecloth so I don't accidentally. How are you doing, Mary? How was you guys' week? Hope everybody's well. So I'm going to put this up closer to the camera where you can see. It almost gives me a line to go down right here to cut. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to cut right in between these. So that way this one will still have a border and this one will have a border. Because I'll eventually use this entire, I mean, I paid for it. I'm going to use it. And so I'm just trying to be very mindful to stay in that line. I'm trying my best to only let one eyeball guide me. And I mean, I could have done this off camera, but I really wanted to share this journey with you. Because especially if somebody buys it, I mean, don't you kind of like to see how your journal is being made? I do. I would have loved to seen Cindy actually work on that. Now this is not my favorite piece of flour. I mean, it's really not. I don't understand. Okay, so I don't really like that. So we're gonna set this one aside. Hi, Virginia. Thanks for coming in. And Sandy, thank you for coming in. We're just trying to see which one we like out of these flowers and what we're going to add to it. So now I'm going to cut this one apart because daisies, I mean, I really wanted this one. I really did. But it's just, it'll take the entire cover. But you know, let's cut it out anyways and let's see what it looks like, right? We're already cutting, so we might as well cut it. Calls and anybody I know. I need to remember to set my do not disturb. So all of these pieces I will save and we'll use them somewhere, you know, kind of deal. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out, and we'll just try it and see. Oh, there's a mama cow calling her baby. Can you guys hear the cows when they moo? I mean, they're literally 50 feet from my window. I just didn't know if you could hear them. And they're getting ready to move the bulls in on the other side of my house. So I'm going to have cows and mommies on one side and bulls and steers on the other and behind me with my horse, which I don't mind. I love every second of it. It's my dream. But, okay, so let's see what this looks like on here. You can't hear the mooing. Aw. We'll have to do this out on the patio one day so you can hear the mooing. So see what I mean? I mean, this is pretty on there, but it really just takes up the entire journal. Now we could use it for the inside. I could put that on the inside cover, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with that one. I am going to use that on the inside. You can't hear them either, Mary? Oh, well, I can hear them. They're right outside. Hey, Janet. There's my aunt. So we're definitely going to use this on the inside as the inside cover, you know, because I love it. I love that piece. So we're going to put that aside. So now we're going to decide whether we want this one or this one. Well, we just cut this. We cut this one to pieces, didn't we? But I love this sunflower. So that's what we're using. I'm just cutting this. I don't know what them cows hear out there that they think. My grandson's, he drives his truck and trailer like he's on the freeway sometimes. And I do like this one. And it matches pretty good. So let's cut this apart since that's the last one we have to cut apart. Anyways. And so now we have the cover that I got from Jimmy Lou cut into massive amounts of pieces. No. So all of this was one cover. So I love this one. I love it. I think I'm going to have to maybe cut that down because see, you can see where it's been sewed. And I think I like this as the top. And I think I can add like a little trim around the top, and we'll leave this on the bottom. And I think that's going to live there for our cover. What do you think? You like it? And we're making a new journal, and it's all going to be fall kind of related papers that I got from Lisa Siegel's page. Because this is the trip I'm getting ready to take to see you guys. And I hope to see all these colors. So I like that as the front. And so let's put this one on the front. And then, so this will be our back cover. And that looks pretty even on the back. So I think that'll be the back. I don't know. Do you guys like the red, or do you guys I love this one. I don't know what this one's called, but I love it. So that's my plan, I think. Hi, Krista. Yes, I love the sunflowers. They're my favorite. Sunflowers and tulips. Sunflowers are my #1 favorite flower of all flowers, and then tulips are my second favorite of all flowers. And then from there it just keeps going. And I love wildflowers, which is extremely rare for me, considering I have severe PTSD, and I just now got it under control enough to where I can appreciate looking at wildflowers. So I think this is going to be, oh, there's our front. This will be our front. This will be our back. We're going to add this to the inside. Can you see it? Did I have you off camera? And then we can choose. We could have this as the back like that. And we can choose to put like this in the front. Or we could put one of these in here, or I could put one of those. Personally, myself, I need to choose between this one. This one's just not me. I mean, it's a pretty piece. It's just not me. So I'm going to rule that one out. These three are all pretty much the same color. So I don't particularly like whatever this is. It looks like it's supposed to be leaves, but to me it looks like they're upside down. So what do you think about that? And I can glue this on like sideways, and this could be a tuck, or I could do it this way because this side's already seamed, and it can be like a little tuck here. And I'll do the same thing. I can glue that, and then this can be a little private tuck behind. And then on the outside we have this, and then we have this on the outside. Does everybody like that idea? I like it. Boy, look at all the colors that they use. We'll keep those and make something with them. Boy, it definitely wants to do that. So shall we start gluing? I see hearts, so let's start gluing, and then we have 15 minutes to get it all glued together, and then we'll try and build our signatures in, and on Monday we'll sew in the signatures. Now, I did have this green olive paper that was on the back side, but I kind of think that this cream is nice. I mean, I don't see why we would need to cover it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't think there's any reason to cover it, because actually I think the white helps give it a border on this. So, all right, let's get to gluing, because this is going to need some drying before we can sew it in. So let's start with the front. So, okay, one last thing. Am I wrong or am I right on leaving this border on the bottom? And then that way, you know, I can take some of my own, not that one, obviously not that one, but I could take some of my own ribbon to put on the top, not this one. I even have this. And I want to bring another thing into the equation. So I'm going to start gluing. I am. So I'm thinking that this, leave the border on the bottom. Yes, thank you, Carol, for helping me decide that. That's what I was thinking too, because we can add anything up on the top we want to add. And I think I like this kind of centered a little bit like that. Let me trim this. And once we get the glue on, all of this fraying stuff's gonna stop, I hope. So once I get all that stuff, but I think I kind of like it centered right like that. Move it over just a little bit because we got that spine we got to deal with. So we're gonna glue that down right there, just like that. Leave the border and add to the top. Yep, that's what I think. Yeah, it will give the border. It's going to give it more body. Yep. All right, I'm just going to saturate this part of it kind of with the glue. And I'm going to get my little paddle over here that I wish I would have grabbed. My little spatula. But all of these pieces came from the Messy Craft Corner. And then all of the printables came from Lisa Siegel from the Vintage Roots Digital Designs, or Northern Roots. Now that I found out she has 2 pages. So I think I need a little bit more glue around this little edge right here. Should have taken that off. You guys can't hear that cow, huh? She's not happy, so apparently she's lost her baby on some side. I don't know if they're moving the cows around or what's going on out there, but she's not a happy mommy right at the moment. Maybe they have the babies over there working on them. We are, you know, they're Wagyu beef, so, and they have special diets and all that good stuff. So that looks so pretty. I'm so happy with it. I love it. It's kind of a little bit out of sync there, but I think it's going to be gorgeous. And then we can add, you know, some buttons, and obviously not, well, that button would almost go pretty in the center, but I mean, I'll add some pearls or whatever to it. So that is exactly kind of what my vision was for it. So now let's go ahead and add the back one. And just making sure, because we are going to have a little bit of a spine. So I think on the back one, I'm going to kind of keep it in this corner here. And kind of centered, you know. I think, are these called button, or no, they're not blue bonnets. What are these flowers called? Anybody know what those flowers are called? They look like little buttons on the top. Something cone. Oh, I don't know. I don't know my flowers. I do know Texas is a blue bonnet state. Even though the song is Yellow Rose of Texas, but it's blue bonnets. Oh, I got a lot of glue on that. My sinuses must be getting a little bit better because I definitely could smell the glue. I feel so much better now that I got that IV and I don't have any more fevers or anything. Oh, I feel like a new woman. I don't sound like it, but I still sound like I'm a sailor or a trucker. I'm just moving this over, kind of framing it out. So that's our back. And that's gorgeous. How's our time? Oh, we still have, sorry, I didn't mean to move the camera. I've got to figure out how to adjust the camera so it doesn't move on my table. So that looks beautiful on the back. It would have been just as pretty on the front. But it's gorgeous. And I might find some kind of pearl ribbon or something to go to outline it, just so we don't get any more frazzle or all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and I think I really would like to have this big one in the back. And I think I'm going to keep it to where it can be a tuck spot. Just because it'll give the back a little bit more stability. I think so. I think it'll be good. All right, let's go ahead and put that on because like I said, it's gonna need to dry. Bob is doing, Janet, I'll tell you, I'll let you know. He's doing a little bit better. His fever is still kind of floating around. It's not big. I don't want the glue on my, whatchamacallit. They didn't put him in the hospital, so I guess that's good, right? But I'll text you off camera. They took his driver's license away though, so he's not a happy man. He's not happy. So wasn't a good day at the doctor's office for my husband. But my daughter and my son-in-law came with us, and so that way everybody's on the same page on what's happening. Because I didn't want him to tell them, no, he said this, nope. That way they heard it. Oh, I was going to make this a pocket. Guess what, guys? It's not a pocket anymore because I got to talking and I put glue everywhere. So it's no longer a tuck spot. So that's what happens when you, thank you for the prayers. Yeah, he's going to need them. He has a birthday on Sunday. So this is no longer a pocket. It's just a pretty back there now. I'm trying to move it as close to the edge as possible. Just so we have our spine. But yeah, he's having a hard time dealing with the, when you take somebody's driver's license away, that's pretty rough on a person. So, all right, so this one, let's go ahead and make it a pocket. Let me remember that I'm doing that. I'm just going to put glue around 3 sides. Look at all the... I have so much strings everywhere. So I'm just going to put glue on the 3 sides. And not in the center. And now it's an inside pocket going the wrong way, but that's all right. And I'm going to put it down here in the corner. And now we can tuck something hidden inside of there if we want to. So that's gonna look good. And that leaves us room up here if we want to put like a saying or, something cute there. And we still have 2 pieces left over of fabric we can make tags with or something. And I'm never going to get all this glue off me. So that is, I can't even get it off my fingernails. So that's what we have so far as our cover. And we're going to set that aside to dry, and then on Monday we will put it it will sew it together. This one I might have to trim. I might have to trim it because it is automatically just a little bit wider, just in the way it was made. It's a little bit more stretched out, so I'm gonna keep working on getting rid of this fraying right there. But I'll put this aside and we'll let this dry over the weekend. I mean, and we can still make that the front cover, but I'm gonna have it as the back right now. And let's see if we have time to show the printables again. And I'll just at least get those scissors out of here. And I'll at least stack them in a stack to where we're ready to sew them in on Monday. So these are just ephemera pieces. And that's ephemera pieces. And that's ephemera. So we have a couple of my dyed papers. We have a couple of these, and then I have a couple bags I'm going to put in. This is from our drugstore. And then we have this printable, and this one, and this one. So I'm just making 2 stacks, you know, like the printable stack and the non-printable stack. And this is a printable. This is an add-on. This is a printable. It's printable. So I'm thinking we're gonna get, I think we could put 2 signatures in. And I just folded up some doilies that we can add in. And the mulberry paper. And the onion paper. And we can print. I'll fold this one up again. We'll use that. And I have some cute writing paper. And I think I'll cut this in half. And then I'll cut that in half and put 1 in each, you know, to have 2. And the same thing with this one. I think I'll do the same thing, and we can make pockets out of them. And then we have this beautiful blue vellum paper we can add in, and then I have some music paper and that. So on Monday, we will put our signatures together and we'll get it sewed in. And thank you, Wanda, for coming in and watching, and Sandy and Andrea, thank you so much for joining us today. And I just want to thank anybody and everybody that kicked out our cow patties. And thank you so much. And I'm glad I'm on the side of recovery of this cold that we got. And I do have some more vellum over here that we'll put in if we need to. And we will go ahead and I'll say goodbye by saying thank you for crafting with Nani, and I'll see you guys all over at Jimmy Lou's sale. We'll see what else we can buy. No, my hair's a mess. It's so humid here. So anyways, I will see you guys Monday at 2 o'clock Central Time. See you later. Thank you for crafting with me. Have a good weekend.